I'm Sabrina Samuels, and welcome to my show, Upfront and Personal. It's my intention to deliver information that will help us maintain a quality lifestyle in all aspects of our lives. So let's get started. Welcome to my video blog. I'm Sabrina Samuels, and thank you for tuning in. To all of you fabulous ladies and gents out there, thank you for your support. Look who I have with me.
Hey!
The lovely Miss April Mason. I told you I'd get her here. I had so many of you who've commented on her show in terms of her book and her picture, her photo. And we got her here. Welcome to my show, Miss April.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, girl, I'm excited to have you here.
Yes, you know how we do when we get together.
Yeah. Well, you know what, April? They want to know. So many people call me and ask me, how did she make that transition from one phase of her life to another? How did you do that? How can you help a young lady? Because I just had a call last night. And this woman said, that woman you talked about, April Mason, I want to be like her. I want to be like you.
No way.
She did. Because she had an experience when she was older. She was homeless. And she's doing better, but she's still trapped.
Yes.
And she wants to know, how do I do this? And I said, I'm going to have her on my show and I'll ask her that question. So please, talk to the audience.
Well, here's the thing. You have to decide who you want to be. And I think people don't understand that part. That's the hardest part, because if you grew up to where you felt unwanted, you felt rejected, and you felt like you weren't enough, it's easy to grow up and become an adult and have those same feelings.
Absolutely.
And so until you decide, I am enough, I am worthy, I do deserve wonderful things and wonderful experiences in my life, you will not make the shift. So I literally had to let go of everything and everybody that was a reminder of the past and the old version of me.
Wow.
And now a couple of people, they stayed along because they were on the growth journey with me. But if they were not trying to evolve, they had to go.
You know what? You've made some very true statements here. Most women, they don't have because they don't believe they can have. You said you felt worthy. You felt you should have these things. But how did you make that transition? I hear what you're saying. You're telling them you felt that you wanted these things, but how did you make the transition? Because that's where people are getting stuck.
How I made the transition, the first thing was I saw other people with what I wanted. That let me know that it was available to me. So whatever you desire, I don't care if it's the car, if it's the house, if it's the man, if it's the good health, whatever that thing is, it actually exists. So from that point, my mind was like, wait a minute. So if they can live a wonderful life, if they can have the nice car and they can live how they want to live, they don't have money problems. They have an abundance in every area. That actually means it exists. So the question then becomes, who do I need to become, and how do I change my current beliefs so that I can believe that that's available for me too? So what people don't understand, Miss Sabrina, is our whole life is a conglomerate of our beliefs. So whatever you see in your life right now, your current beliefs got you here.
Oh my God, girl, you are hitting it on the head. Are you hearing this? I preach this all the time. We are examples of our belief system. You had to believe it. You had to know that it exists. And once you did that, you said you let people go. Now that's hard. Please share with us your experience in letting people go, because that can be hard.
Yes, it was hard because it wasn't just people, it was family.
Oh wow!
Because majority of our belief systems come from our family.
Yes.
But what we don't realize is we're dealing with stuff that don't belong to us. Like our mama's beliefs, our grandma's limitations, our father's fear. So in their effort to protect us as a child, they put all of that on us because of their beliefs. Now we're walking around with stuff, Miss Sabrina, that don't even belong to us, and we don't even know why we function the way that we function. And it's like, well, I've never had any of these experiences before, but I have this guard up to protect myself from stuff that has never happened to me. So now I realize I got it from the family. So breaking away from your family is difficult until you start to understand, do I want the life that they have? Because their belief system got them to where they are. Do I want that? And if I don't, I have to rewire. I call her Jessica.
Yes.
Jessica is the subconscious mind.
Yes.
And I said you have to rewire her because Jessica has been with you, honey, since you were a kid. And Jessica has a record of everything, especially the negative stuff that has ever happened. And as soon as you say, oh, I'm about to lose this weight, Jessica like, girl, stop playing. Go ahead and eat that little piece of pizza, girl. And then Jessica has more power.
Yes.
Because she's more dominant because she's been with you longer and the negative than you have had positive influences.
Absolutely.
So it's a fight. I'm not gonna say it's not a fight.
Oh, it's still a fight.
It's a
gonna
fight.
be a fight till you're 6 feet under.
Yeah, I even curate the type of music that I listen to. So my playlists are no sad songs, no heartbreak songs. Oh, my baby left me. No, he ain't nobody leaving me, honey. So, no, I don't listen to any of that stuff.
Yeah.
So even when people come to my home, they're like, oh my God, it's so serene and peaceful. And I have a headquarters here in Atlanta. And when people come there, it's like, oh my God, it just feels so, I said, it feels free and serene, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I said, because there's no blockages here.
Yeah.
It's a place where you can surrender so that you can get the downloads and you can silence Jessica or Jim, man or woman, depending on what where you are. You have to silence Jessica or Jim.
Look, I can relate to what you're talking about because just this morning I didn't have the energy. I wanted to think negative. I didn't want to do this, didn't want to do that. But I said, no, you have a job to do. Get up, get yourself together. I got up, I got on my bike, rode my bike, did what I had to do, did 3 shows before you got here. And I said,
wait, you did what?
3 shows. And you know what? I'm the camera woman, I'm the lighting person, I'm the makeup artist, I'm the wardrobe lady. I'm humping.
And speaking of wardrobe, darling.
Yeah. Oh.
You look amazing. You know what she told me? She knows that I'm a big Diane Carroll fan.
Yeah.
And the suit that she's wearing today is a Diane Carroll suit. Diane Carroll wore that suit.
On Dynasty.
On Dynasty.
Many years ago. What, 40 plus years ago? And
wow.
This suit was presented to me by Nolan Miller.
Mm-hmm.
And I modeled this suit on AM San Francisco.
Yes.
And I loved it so much. He told someone to come back there, and he had a garment bag when I was leaving. Nolan Miller presented you with this. I said, oh my God. And I've had it for all these years, and it's still in fashion.
And it's still fashion, and it fits you marvelously.
Oh girl, I had to squeeze into it. And
we wouldn't know.
That's special for you. That's special for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now let's talk, Miss April, about your book, because I was just excited when I read this book. I was on the plane when I read the book.
Yes.
And I could not stop. I could not put this book down. It was like, wow. It read like a drama, like a movie. I loved it. Tell us about it.
Well, the name of the book is called Identity Switch, Becoming the Woman Who Gets What She Wants. And I have quite a few men that read the book. Although it says women, they say the principles are the same.
Yeah.
And this is my gift to my audience, because after being a dating coach and a life coach for well over a decade,
yes,
I realized the main issue is not about the dating, it's not about the money, it's not about the health, it's about the mindset.
The mindset.
So with this book, I took pretty much the years of questions that I get, because when I would coach,
yes,
the formula was still the same. I don't care what my client would say the issue was, the formula was still the same. So it helped me to realize, April, you need to write a book on what the formula is. It's called, and then we actually did a 3-day event in April called Identity Switch Formula, because this is what it is. So this book is pretty much, in a nutshell, about becoming. So I'm not sure if I shared earlier, but I always wanted to have what I saw available.
Yes, absolutely.
And so I knew I had to become something else. It's like coffee. Coffee exists. If I say I want a cup of coffee, does it exist? Yes. But I have to go make the coffee. I have to go to your local Starbucks or wherever to get the coffee, or McDonald's.
There you go.
But it does exist. So for me, I realized if you see other people with successful relationships, you see other people with abundance in finances and everything else, that means it exists. So the question becomes, who do I need to become to acquire it? So I find that the becoming has everything to do with the belief system. Going back to Jessica, you know, it has everything to do with the belief system. So when you start talking about becoming a thing, it's like when you go to college, you can't go directly from high school to being a doctor.
Right.
You have to go from high school to college to become a doctor.
That's right. That's right.
And I believe we have a hard time doing that because we have a hard time seeing ourselves as successful, because we're taught to be humble and be meek and mild, but we try to be big, but little has us, and it has us because we're running around talking about how humble we are, not realizing the word humble means lowering your own importance.
Wow.
So we have to be careful about the words that we speak over ourselves. So I'm not saying you can't have gratitude and have humility,
right.
But I walk around, if somebody asks me if I'm good at what I do, I say, oh yeah, I'm great, I'm the best at it. And it's not out of arrogance.
I love it.
It's because I'm good at it.
And why do we put each other down, but we put ourselves down even more?
Yes.
Because we can't believe in our hearts that we can succeed. And when we don't succeed, then we want to put all that negative energy on someone else.
Yes, and I had to learn not to make any apologies for my success.
Amen.
Like I said before, I don't make apologies for being driving nice, for living nice, for dressing nice, for we can get up tomorrow and say, you want to go to Australia, Miss Sabrina? I got it. We go first class. Get your passport. Let's go. I make no apologies for being able to do that.
Yes.
Because I believe that I deserve it.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
And like I said, I watch my granddaughter. She believes she deserves the best. And so her upbringing is not, as they say, starting from the bottom, now we're here.
There you go.
No, her upbringing is, this is normal. This is regular for us to be able to drive nice and live nice and go to nice restaurants. And like I said before, her very first flight, because I had to go back home to California to go back to the shelter that I lived in. Her very first flight was first class.
First class.
A 2-year-old.
And I bet she knew she was in first class because her mama told her.
I have to show you the video because she's sitting there eating her snacks like, She told my daughter, she said, are you ready? She kept saying, are you ready? She said, yeah, I'm ready. She said, okay, I love you. She said, I love you too. And so it's like she knew that she belonged there, but somehow, some way, us knowing and being that carefree was sucked out of us.
Isn't that amazing?
You know?
Absolutely.
And so when we realize the pattern, it goes back to what you shared about consciousness. It takes awareness to recognize the patterns.
Yeah.
And people don't recognize that I'm going through the same stuff year after year after year. Maybe it's me.
Oh my goodness, April, you are hitting it. Miss April, she not only talks the talk, she walks the walk. You live the lifestyle and you've done your work.
Yes, and I'm constantly doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. We never stop. We never stop. It is amazing. Now, when your daughter and your granddaughter came to the Bay Area, because you were speaking there, you went to the shelter.
Yes.
Tell the people a little bit about your experience, how you got to be who you are. And I know we touched base on it. We don't have to elaborate that much, but what was that feeling like for you to go and encourage others and help them to know that they can be the best that they can be?
Well, the fun and surreal moment was going back to my actual room.
Oh, you're kidding.
So I went back to the room that my children and I lived in during that time, and I gotta say the shelter has definitely expanded, because all of the amenities that they have, I didn't have those. And so to be able to go back and see the resource that it was, and to be able to tell the ladies, listen, I didn't have this. Utilize everything that is here. I said, people used to say, you don't look like a shelter girl. And I would tell them, I'm just passing through.
Amen.
And so that even caused people to treat me differently. I had no clue of what I was doing. I just had that feeling of there has to be more than this because I see other people with it.
Yes.
And so I kind of just took the steps, and my first step started with my attire. And I had this vision of this lady in a suit. And I went to Newport News and bought me a $39.99 polyester suit.
Newport News.
Yes.
Girl, I remember Newport News.
Yes.
Okay.
But I didn't know that I wasn't supposed to wear white stockings with a navy blue suit and black shoes from Payless Shoe Source. But that was my way. And I say that to say, start where you are and use what you have.
Right.
Bloom where you're planted. So I took that on. And my mentors in my head were Diane Carroll and Shirley Ralph, who just won her first Emmy. The moment I saw her on It's a Living when I was 10, I said, I want to be her. I want to be like that. And so I didn't know what I was really doing, but even in the shelter, I was portraying the image that was already inside of me.
Absolutely.
Right?
So it was innate. It's already there.
It's already there. You just have to get past all of mama's fears, daddy's traumas, grandma's limitations. You got to push past all of that so that you can see your authentic self. And I did have people say, so are you telling people to be fake when you tell them to be have an identity switch? And Miss Sabrina, I said, you're already being fake. And the reason is you don't know who you are. So you're actually operating from all of the things and experiences that happen in your life. Wow. And a lot of the stuff, as we were talking, came from family members. So are you really being your authentic self now if you don't know who you are? Because everything you're doing is based upon old belief systems and old teachings.
My goodness. Touche. Touche. I love it. And we can only convey that information to a person and they really grab it and get it.
And not get offended by it.
Exactly. You can't get offended by it. And you can't continue to blame others because of where you are.
Yes.
You're there because, as you said, that's your thought pattern. You're exactly what you believe and what you think.
Yes.
And we have to change that. We have to change it. My goodness, so beautifully stated. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the new event, the upcoming event there. So let's talk to the people about that.
So I have an app called All Things Feminine Social Club. It's a safe place for women to be to learn all about femininity. And we're having our inaugural brunch here in Atlanta, November 6th. And guess what our guest speaker is? None other than, I feel so honored because she doesn't come out for everybody. So, I feel privileged to have Miss Sabrina as our speaker, and she's going to talk to the ladies about etiquette and being opulent.
Oh, I love it, Miss April. And I'm so excited because when she offered this opportunity, I never saw anybody work as fast as me. She gets the job done. She sent the flyer over. I said, oh my God, look at this. Go. I love it. And then you're almost sold out of tickets.
Yes. We have over 1,700 members. Oh, well, actually, let me take that back. As of to date, after I checked a couple days ago, we have over 2,300 members.
Good.
But everybody, they're scattered all over the place. Right. And we only had 150 tickets. Right. And we might have 20 left. Although this is a great event, it's only for our members. So there's perks of being a part of the All Things Feminine Social Club app. And it's just an app you can download on Google Play or Apple Store. And we're going to have a great time. And I wanted to bring the ladies an experience because so many ladies have never been to a country club. We're having it at one of Atlanta's premier country clubs. Yes. And so many ladies have never had that experience. So I wanted to make sure, wait a minute. We could, of course, do a conference room, but let me bring you into my world. Let me show you how, I live. And and I wanted them to experience that. I have another event. It's actually sold out October 8th, and it's October 15th and 16th. And I'm taking the ladies to luxury suite tickets at a football game. So I wanted them to experience what it feels like to live in the abundance, that you don't have to just have the nosebleed seats. No, we're going to be at the Atlanta Falcon and 49er game because we're from the Bay, so I can't pick which one. So I know what better game to go to.
I know, this is so exciting. I am so happy for you, Miss April, and I'm so proud of your accomplishments because you're a young woman. And you've done so much. You've got beautiful children, grandchildren, but you're still doing it. her trajectory is still moving upward and onward, as with me as well.
We see people using your programs, using my programs, that are getting the results. And it's because they had to learn to invest in themselves, not just their outer appearance.
Right, and they had to let negativity go. They had to let those who told them don't do it go, because people will, especially people who are not where they want to be, they want to hold you back if they can. You have to bless them and keep going. You have to say,
yes,
I bless you, honey, but we're not on the same page. And you have to keep going.
And those are the people that will tell you to stay humble. When was the last time you walked by a homeless person and told them to stay humble? People only tell people that they see excelling further and beyond where they are to stay humble. You never tell someone doing less than you to stay humble. No. I had to be okay. My good friend Jack A. Daniels, not the drink, his name really is Jack A. Daniels. He taught me, April, be okay with saying that you're great. That's what I had to learn. He's like, He said, raise your prices, because you look at the results that you get. You help people meet their person. People want love and relationships more than they want money. You need to put a premium on that. But because of my old wiring, I didn't put a premium on it. And it cost me more from an emotional and physical standpoint, dealing with people who could just pay the $67, to be a part of the program. And the mindset wasn't there. So I had to even learn how to make an identity switch with what I required people to invest in the results that I got them. Because I tell them, you can't pay me my worth because I'm priceless, but you can pay me for the results that I help you get.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And people complain about my online training program. I said, if I charge what it should be, that's $2,500. But I'm giving everybody a break. So sometimes when you have it very affordable, sometimes people don't think it's worth it.
Right, and what I've learned is the reason why I have a nice hefty price tag on what I offer, not just because we can help you get the results if you do the work, but because what I realize is people value what they pay for, what they invest in. They value that. And I always ask the ladies, next time you think about asking someone about their pricing, look at your bank statement and look at what you've spent money on that was miscellaneous over the last 90 days, and look how much, for those of you that wear the wigs and the weaves, no judgment, but look how much you have spent on the outward that you are not willing to invest on the inward.
Oh, I say that all the time. It's so beautiful. Wow, you are power packed.
Thank you.
Miss April, that is so profound. And I think saying that, it brought to mind my online training program. Now, you wanted to check it out to see if it met your expectations. How do you feel that program works for people? Do you think that what you're saying, I think that Success online training program actually pinpoints that, especially the Success Diary workbook. What are your thoughts?
Yes, especially that Success Diary workbook. So here's the thing. When I finally got Miss Sabrina on the phone and we were talking, and she was like, well, you might want to start with my program. I'm like, no, I need to be in the energy of it. So while I'm talking to her, I'm like, okay, I just bought your program.
She sure did. And my phone clicked. I said, yes, I said, this woman means business.
Yes. And so I took the course, and I love the course, especially you and Mr. Joe. I love that section as well, because I know so many of ladies, they want companionship, they want the love, and to watch you two, watch her and Big Daddy. Big Daddy can cook too. That key lime pie is amazing. But to be able to watch that course, because the thing is, we don't have the women of the day, like the Diane Carrolls and the what's her name? She's coming to mind.
She just won an Academy.
Shirley Ralph. You guys, I know I love Shirley Ralph. I wrote about her and Diane Carroll in the book. But we don't have women of elegance and grace leading the way anymore.
And we've got to get back to that.
We have to get back to that, because what's happening is the core of what we are as women, no matter how you want to spin it, it doesn't change. Our primal needs do not change. So we can have the world twisting and turning everything topsy-turvy, but it still doesn't take away the fact that we're women. And we're not seeing that displayed at a higher standard anymore.
I concur. And that's one reason I'm glad we're going to be working together, doing some great things, and you all will see as time goes on. So it's about everybody winning together.
Yes.
And not having any insecurity, because what's yours I can't take, what's
Yes.
mine you can't
Yes.
take. But we can
Yes.
certainly mess it up for ourselves through our thought pattern.
Yes, absolutely. And so I'm excited about what we're going to do, because like I said, we don't have those elegant ladies, those Claire Huxtables and whatnot. We don't have that anymore, because we want to get away from that, because a lot of times women think that you're being suppressed. No, your femininity and your womanhood is the superpower.
Yeah.
And so our goal is to connect you back to that, because you all have it.
Yes.
But because of life, other people's beliefs and fears and limitations, we've taken those on, and it's stripped us away. And then I can't wait till we even discuss, mommy wounds and daddy wounds and how they show up, and healing the inner child. All of those plays a huge part. And I think women really don't know that. All they know is go to work, hustle, grind, and take care of everybody else.
Isn't that amazing?
Yes.
So true.
And we're I know I'm anti-hustle, grind, I'm anti-boss chicks, and I'm anti-bad bees. We don't do that. Because we like to rest. We go to bed on time. We have our beauty treatments morning and night.
You have to do it.
Yes. And we enjoy doing it. We enjoy what it means to be a woman. And I just want to bring that back. That's why I really wanted to connect with Miss Sabrina. I wanted to connect with her because I needed some refinement. But then when we got to talking, we found out our birthdays are a day apart. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm just coming over. We're just going to come over and hang out a little bit. Yeah. And so I wanted to bring her into a bigger platform than she already has, so that people can see we do have it. Where are the women that are teaching? We're here. You just got to be willing to listen.
That's right. And when she was here a few weeks ago, she pushed her button on this phone here. Now, that's why I say I'm old school. I'm still learning. And she started this live chat. And you were only on the phone maybe
about 15 minutes.
Less than that. And we were enjoying the charcuterie board.
Yeah.
I fixed that for the ladies. And her phone, she got over 4,000 people. I said, is that 4,000 people? I said, oh my God. So she knows what she's doing, and she's got an incredible audience. So I'm just so excited for you.
Yes.
I'm excited about our business together. I'm excited about your new audio coming out on your book.
Yes.
And definitely get her app. You have to do that so that you can really stay in tune with what's happening today.
Yes, absolutely. And you're just amazing. Like, stay connected. Stay connected, because women like Miss Sabrina are not on the forefront. They may be out in the community, but we can't. Everybody's online and on their phones.
Yeah.
She's on her. Did you not hear her say she's the light person, the camera? She runs the mics, the outfits, the makeup,
the false eyelashes,
everything. So I've literally watched her in action, her walk. I've watched it. So the fact that she's 67 and amazing, and still here to say womanhood is okay, and if you want to call it bougie, we're okay with that too.
We're okay. We're bourgeoisie.
There it is.
Say it loud. And bourgeoisie.
And bourgeoisie and proud.
I love
Absolutely.
You see why I told you we had to beat this woman. When she first came over, I was so nervous. I was over here shaking.
I don't know why she was nervous, because the thing is, when I walked in, she looked at me. She said, "Turn around," and she looked. She had high cheekbones. Your hair is right. I mean, and I was nervous because I'm like, okay. And she said, I was going to sit here. She said, no, sit over there. I want to feel your energy and see what you're all about. And so you're talking about you nervous. I was nervous.
We're beautiful women. We all think alike, and we all know and appreciate each other's qualities.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you,
absolutely.
Ms. April.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's just been, I feel like I can accomplish more now. I really do. So until next week, you're a winner. Never forget that. Know in your heart and soul to be true with hard work and perseverance. We will continue at the top. Remember, God loves you, His divine order at all times, and believe, and you will succeed. You take care, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you, beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh, God.